Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about heating your greenhouse. We're getting a little skift of snow right now. It's probably -2. It's been a few colder nights and a few colder days actually. So my greenhouse is kind of working overtime to heat itself up. I have a tropical greenhouse, or a highland tropical greenhouse, so I'm gonna expect and go from, my goal is much higher temperatures than someone who's trying to grow winter veggies. But hopefully this video will help out you guys trying to grow winter veggies, as well as people trying to maintain orchids and carnivorous plants like I am. So right now I'm just in my sun shelter. It's not overly sunny in here because it's snowing outside. I had to put up snow poles here just for extra support. The weather's not calling for anything more than like an inch of snow, but better to be prepared. So let's head out to the greenhouse and have a look at what's going on out there. Alright, so let's go and have a look. As you can see, it's kind of snowy out today. There's the frozen pond with snow on it. So here's the greenhouse. Now the first thing we have to note is it is insulated. I have bubble wrap the whole thing. There's bubble wrap in places on the inside and bubble wrap in places on the outside. But between them all, it is bubble wrapped 100%. So there's no point in heating your greenhouse if the heat is just escaping because you have poor insulation, poor R value. I recommend doing this no matter what the thickness of your glass is or your polycarbonate. The extra insulation is just a cheap way to make sure you conserve heat. If you guys are using glass, or you're using the plastic film, the poly film sheeting, you guys really need to get some extra R value in there. Otherwise your heater is going to be going non-stop just to maintain the temperature. Never mind have it turn off and on as needed. It's just going to be trying to pump out and waste electricity because it can't keep the heat in. So step number one is make sure it's well insulated. If you're not going to bubble wrap it, at least cover up all the drafts and everything. The vent down there has triple insulation on it because there's actual, that's where the vent would be in the summertime. So let's go in and have a look here. Alright, in we go. So it's quite lovely and warm in here compared to outside. I'll take you over to the equipment over here. So it is 64 degrees right now, and outside is probably 31 degrees. It's just below freezing, 30 degrees. So there's about a 30-35 degree difference in temperature from outside to in here. This is my main thermostat at the moment that I'm using. I have a couple of them in here. It has a night temperature and a day temperature, and it's set to about 63 degrees, and the night temperature is set to about 53 degrees. Has a nice photo cell, so it looks after itself. It cools down at night and then warms up in the daytime when the lights come on. Special note that everything on or in the greenhouse is on GFI breakers. There's a few circuits around, but for safety reasons, gotta have the GFI breaker. Anything to do with moisture or any oddity in the current there will flip the breaker. I know because it flips fairly often, just if it gets overloaded or too warm or anything. So as for heating, I have these heaters down here, neither which are running right now. This is my primary heater. It's on the thermostat that I showed you. So it's set to the on position, but it's actually off. There's no red light right here because it doesn't need to be on right now because it's at temperature. And that's my main one there. If for some reason the GFI breaker flips for any reason, I do have a backup one here on a different circuit. That one is just a simple one set with the thermostat on here. That's the current temperature that it's sensing on that one down here. The temperature is a little bit cooler down here actually. And that one is just set to the nighttime low. So if this one was to kick off for whatever reason, I have this one on a different circuit to take over. Or if where you are, maybe this one can't keep up, so it has two once it gets down to a certain low temperature. I'm going to swing you around this way again. Over here is my water heatsink. I have taken my water heatsink one step further here. This is a garbage can. I fill this heatsink with warm water. You can actually see the steam coming off of it. So just like my electricity, the hose is coming from inside the house. So I have this down in my basement. the hose is attached to the sink, and I just turn it on and fill it with straight hot water. It takes about 4.5 minutes of hot water to fill this, and it lasts for the entire day. It's so nice and warm right now. You can feel tons of heat coming off this. It really offsets the cost of the electrical. The heaters hardly have to run at all, even though it's 0 degrees outside. The heaters aren't really running. And at nighttime, same deal. This thing really offsets the cost of the electricity for the heaters. So it is a warm water heatsink. When I want to drain this, all I do is unscrew the hose from the tap down in the basement, and gravity naturally drains this. It takes about 8 minutes to drain it. Once it's drained and there's no water coming back out of the siphon, I can attach it back to the sink again, turn on the hot water, and go again. I usually, on the cold days like this, I might do it in the morning and in the evening, just to offset heating costs. 4 minutes worth of natural gas hot water is going to be way cheaper than running the little electric heaters all day long. So besides that, there's a 45-gallon tank under there that's full of water that holds my humidity system, my foggers and such, and a 10-gallon tank there that has a little aquarium heater in. That's warmed up to about 70 degrees. So there's 2 other water heat sinks in here as well, but the hot water heat sink like this one is just amazing at keeping it warm in here. It adds some extra humidity as well. So it is a bit higher maintenance, but you know, if you only wanted to do it once in a while, it still works as a cool water heat sink too, because you can leave this full and then it just acts like a normal heat sink. But on the cold nights, drain it down, fill it back up. You don't even have to leave the house to do it, because you know that it takes 8 minutes to drain this and 4.5 minutes to fill it, and you're good to go. So I've done it enough times that I know those times work. What else can I tell you about heating? I think the main thing, you know, without the bubble wrap, without the extra insulation, none of this would be working efficiently. As I say, it's actually warmer than the set point for the heaters right now. This heater hasn't come on since we've been out here because it's nice and insulated. The other thing that I do have is all my thermostats, or thermometers, sorry, are up here. So there's that guy, there's this guy, there's this one here. This one's an awesome one. You can view the temperature from on the computer, and it has alerts for it. So I can view this. I can view the temperature on my iPhone. I can view the humidity on my iPhone, because you just log on to their website, and it has a high and low. So I'll get text messages and emails if it goes beyond the set points that I have. So if it gets too cold, I'll get a text message in the middle of the night saying that it's too cold. I also have this sensor here is to a thermometer on my bedside, and it has the same thing, a high-low set point. So if it goes below the set point, it's going to keep beeping and wake me up, so I know that there's a problem and everything out here is not just going to freeze. But anyways, I think this way would work. You know, we're zone 8B, but as long as it's done correctly, I think it will work in a few zones colder quite easily. So there's outside. The bubble wrap will just actually stick up on the inside with the moisture. It doesn't have to be taped or anything. This wall here, being it's a south wall, it has removable bubble wrap, so if the sun comes out, the sun can come in through the bubble wrap. And the rest of the greenhouse, which isn't the south wall, just has permanent bubble wrap up this time of year. So anyways, there is electric heat with thermostats and hot water heat sinks to heat my greenhouse this time of year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching. I'll just give you guys a little last minute tour here. So these are masdevallias, beautiful little funny looking flowers. There's a nice orange masdevallia down there. Dracula orchid. My little baby nepenthes there. Turn these lights off and you can see. So that's a little hamada That's a macrophylla. That's a lowii. There's another hamata. Platykyla. A third hamata. I like the hamatas. I'm really looking forward to when they get bigger. Lots of orchids in bloom up here. Dancing lady. There's an Nepenthes flower. It's a female flower. Some more orchids. Beautiful red orchid. Spider orchids. Lots in bloom, lots to take care of this time of year. But anyways, guys, as I say, I hope you got a few tips from this video, and we will see you next time.